Masters. Went out to that in 2007 and won it Morningside in 2014.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2018 QWAFL Cup ambassadors from Coorparoo. We have Edie, and from Wilston Grange, Mia, placing the 2018.
You were the next one.
We'd now like to invite everyone to join our highest number as the upstanding in the singing of the Australian National Anthem, performed live by Olivia Byrne.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lation Park in Yeronga here in sunny Brisbane. I say sunny now, we've had a bit of rain this morning, but perfect conditions for football now for the Bond University QWAFL final between the Wilston Grange Gorillas and the Coorparoo Kings. My name's Barry Gibson, and joining me in commentary today is two-time QAFL Premiership coach, current Brisbane Lions women's assistant coach, none other than David Lake. David, welcome.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. What a rendition, hey? How good was she?
Mate, a stirring rendition. All right, going straight to your coaching, mate. Put the coaching hat on. What are you looking forward to the most of all today?
Well, I think the one that gets the fast start, the one that gets off the mark early. I mean, defences will be everything in this, because I think the girls like to play all-out attack. So the defences will need to stand up, and that's sort of been the strength of Coorparoo throughout the year, that they can defend. They need to be able to kick a score, and Grange seem to have a very good spread of talent right across the park, so they'll have to withstand the attacking pressure of Wilston Grange, and similarly Grange will have, their defence will need to stand up, I believe.
The conditions now, we haven't had rain. We all know this is a fantastic serve. We haven't had rain for a couple of hours now. Do you expect them to just be played like a dry ball day?
Yeah, I think that watching the games this morning as we got each quarter was played, I think the skill base seemed to lift as the games went, as the surface dried out. But I guess the biggest improvement in the female game, particularly in the state league level, is the skill level. It's been fantastic, particularly over the last 2 or 3 weeks of finals.
Some talent out here, particularly some AFLW listed talent. Who are the players you think that can have a real influence on this game?
So the expectation for me is of the AFLWs to play their players to play their role and be good anyway. But it's like number 2 for Coorparoo, Paige Parker, number 3 Brooke Randall for Wilston Grange, number 9 Young Belle Dawes. It's those players that I think will decide. It's what the next tier do and how they go about it.
Good stuff. All right, we're just about for a start. We've got in the ruck, we've got McKenzie and McNeil look to set to do battle. What do you got, Dave? You got any matchups coming early?
No, I'm just trying to pick out. It's interesting one with Emma McNeil. She doesn't normally start in there. So it'll be interesting. Mackenzie's quite big and aggressive. In the last time they played 2 weeks ago, young Wardlaw started in the ruck for Coorparoo, so the shape of the contest is different already because Mackenzie is big and quite aggressive, so you might expect that they'll get first use here. Who's gone to Worcester? Who we got playing on Worcester? Shannon Campbell's gone to Worcester. That's a big one. So Worcester number 21 for Coorparoo and Campbell number 20 for Grange.
And we're away in the Bond University 2018 QWAFL Grandfinal. We stacks on the middle straight up and get the ball, kicks out quickly. That's out wide now. Ball goes forward. Contest. Brings it to ground. No one around the contest though. Bit of a soccer off the ground going nowhere. Stacks on the middle. It's scrappy very early, which you expect. And the umpire comes in for a bounce.
Number 33 there, Laura Blue. She's an interesting one. Started playing back halfway through the year. Soccer background, but been outstanding the last 6 weeks. Gets a lot of the footy.
Hands inside now. Bit of a contest. They look like Randall in there with a head over the footy. Feeds out the handball. Mackenzie just taps it. Membry now. Okay, ball goes outside. Not going anywhere. There's some nice orange boots out there. Here's Parker. Paige Parker. She got the name like a superhero. Let's see if she can play like one. Luckins just attacks the footy. The best and fairest winner from the Brisbane Lions women this year. Gets the handball out. Kick now. Grange go forward, and that's their first foray inside 50 to a contest. Looks like Anderson's sweeping down the back there, and she clears, kicks it outside now. Blue in a foot race out there with Membry. And it's Blue that gets the ball inside the forward 50. Govan now. Being well checked. Great tackle. Umpire says play on. No prior. The ball's cleared away, but it's straight back down the throat. Can't quite pick up who that is out there.
Samantha Hurst.
Looks like Hurst, correct. Spot on there. Hurst in the orange boots. Chips it inside on a great lead to Wushner. Swings around on that trusty left. Tries to spot up an opponent, but doesn't go anywhere and finds Vark on a half-back flank. She kicks it outside the 50 danger zone now. Bit of a contest. This is Randall. Gets the hand away. Great pressure by both teams. And the ball's forced over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Actually, she's an interesting one, Vark. Let's see a bit of her today. She was a state netballer, so she's obviously got a bit of hand-eye going on.
Mackenzie and McNeil, bit of a holding on. The umpire lets that go. Well played there by Dawes. She's a young, exciting prospect from the Sunshine Coast. No one's had any real free play now. Grange, kick it down the line for a big contest here. Oh, great courage there by Kelly from Grange. Ball into the middle. Blue's tracking the footy. Great pick up, and Blue gets it on the overlap. Looks back inside. Oh, great tackle, but the umpire said no. Got her marginally high, and that'll be a free kick to Laura Blue, just inside the centre square.
Gibson, number 17, off halfback, was very good there. Very clever for Coorparoo.
Great kick inside. That's into
Ali Anderson.
Anderson. Chips it inside. Good contest again. Working hard really here, the Wilston Grange defenders. And the umpire says holding the ball. And that's going to be a shot to Wilston Grange. Sorry, to Govan from Coorparoo. She's about 30 metres out. No angle at all. 3 minutes 18 gone here in the first at Yeronga.
She's an interesting one, Baz. She's kicked a lot of goals this year, but I wouldn't say a lot of them have come from set shots. Moving with the game, she's very strong. It'd be good to see her kick one here.
Doesn't quite get onto that. But Wushner's there. How can she be that unchecked? Someone with that expertise in the forward line. She's a noted goal kicker. Not too big of an angle there for a left footer. She loves a goal. Native of Tassie.
Playing on her Lions teammate Shannon Campbell, she wouldn't be happy with letting her get away like that.
Gave her a lot of space. If ball fell short, and she knew exactly where to be. At a 35-degree angle, Wushner, trusty left foot, straight through the Hayden Diddle. And we have our first score here at Lation Park at the 4-minute mark. Coorparoo through Jessica Wushner. And the Kings take a handy 6-point lead early days.
They thinned them right out in defence, Coorparoo. Well, Grange did to Coorparoo, but Coorparoo, they were good on the rebound, used the ball smart, and Wushner, she is the last person who went up and about in the grand final this early. She's very, very clever. And
comes to the bench for her troubles to have a spell. Quick rotation, and she'll be replaced by Tilly Ingram, who was one of the late ins with Prothero going out with a groin injury this week. So opportunity for her. We're away again. A lot of yelling coming out of the neighbouring coach's box. The umpire says high contact.
Emma Pittman.
Pittman, yeah, that'll be a free kick to Pittman in the centre. Swings around to the right, pushes it out wide. Yeah, good mark. Hurst out there. Half forward flank. Not a lot to kick to. She's going to have to go up in the air, and she does that. Oh, the umpire said she's encroached and has paid a 50-metre penalty. That'll put her about 15 metres out by my mathematics, David.
I reckon you're pretty spot on, Baz. It's an interesting one. All that the space around the kicker. It's a tough area. I think a lot of footballers have struggled to understand, and certainly can change a game quickly.
Who have we got here? Number
Hurst.
Yeah, Samantha Hurst, number 29. As I get the noculars on her, those bright orange boots are staring me in the eyes. Another left footer, and there's the second goal of the day to Coorparoo, and they jump out to 2 goals straight, 12 at the 5-minute 44 mark of the first quarter.
Well, she's an interesting one, Hurst. She's an Australian indoor netball player, so she knows how to work hard, and she's brought a lot to the Coorparoo midfield and forward, just in how hard she works and understanding space. It's been terrific.
Some really early pressure here now on the Gorillas. They're going to have to bounce back here. They certainly don't want to let Coorparoo get off to a flyer, because we know what momentum's like in this game.
It's a wonderful thing, and the queen of women's footy, Sally Young, number 3 there for Coorparoo, just coming on the ground.
Super Sal, AFLQ employee, bit of a fan of Sal. She finds the footy. She'll be a great player to have coming off the bench.
And we've got we've got Mackenzie still and McNeil.
Ball goes down. Free kick umpire said she didn't have it.
They're red hot today.
Yeah, this is Dawes, the 17-year-old. Chips it forward. Goes to, I'll pick who that is out on the far side there. Good contest there inside. Both teams. Here's Paige Parker. Oh, might have got away with one there, I think, David.
Yeah, she's a big improver, Paige. If you certainly let her out the other side of the contest, she's away. Very, very accomplished player. Had a really good final series so far. Here's young Ingham on it now.
Ball out on the far wing. Here's Lutkins. She'll come back inside on the right. Drives it again forward. Sloppy kick. Anderson mops up again. I think we'll see a bit of that this year. She was very good in the grand final last year.
Mate, the janitor would be a fair nickname for Ellie. She gets down back and helps out. She works really hard. Understands the movement of the game really, really well. Great player.
Our 2 starting rucks still going at it. McNeil gets the tap away. Good hands down there. Here's Anderson again. Working really hard. I think we'll have a stop ball play here, and the umpire says, give it to me. I'll throw it up, thank you.
Coorparoo's one-on-ones down back have been outstanding so far. They really, they just seem to know when to peel at the right time.
Yeah, the height advantage again there from Mackenzie over McNeil, and she keeps giving them first use. Just not capitalising at the moment around the stoppages, and we'll have another throw in.
The coach, Coorparoo, Michael Hewitt, he started Wardlaw 2 weeks ago at the Wilson Grange in the second semi-final, and I think Mackenzie's got a bit angry, and she's certainly, the anger stakes are going up, and she's been a lot more aggressive. It's been good. She's
a handy player to have forward this week, Wardlaw. She's a big target.
Yeah, she spent last week in New Zealand at her sister's 21st, so it's good to have her back for Coorparoo. They certainly would have missed her.
Sure, they're happy to get it back as the ball goes down. That's Riley, the defender for Coorparoo. Went over her head. Ball sliding in there. Lucky to get away with that. Lucky she didn't take him below the knees. Both defences working hard on. There's a kick in there from Pittman. Pushes it forward. Here's Lutkins. They're going to rely on her heavily today as she kicks it on the left foot. Out wide. Here's Young. Chips it backwards. Smart play. And they come back now. That's an interesting kick. This is Cleo Davis. They call her the boss. Probably wasn't the boss right there. She's still got hold. The umpire says plays on. There's Gibson now, ever reliable. Comes from a great footballing family. This is Ariana Riley. Looks inside. Nice kick to Anderson, who's working really hard between the arcs. She's going to go wide again, but that's not her best kick. And that's a Flanagan deception by Spark. Looks inside now, kicks inside. She's a great smother by Anderson. She's working. She's had a lot of the footy. Umpire says play on, no in the back there. Good decision, I think. Knocks it out. Mackenzie just toe pokes it to Young. Good hands inside. And there's Pittman down the line to Wardlaw. Big stretch, big grab. Thank you very much. There's Wardlaw, the hyphen, kicks it long inside. Another good contest. Here's Groves Little. Exceptional young talent, young again. She's been busy since coming on. Chucks it on the left. Hasn't really got anyone inside. Dangerous bounce. The Gorillas have got numbers everywhere. The boys in the hill, they wanted ball, but the umpire said, I'm in charge. Have a spell, fellas. Have another can.
Kayla Geddes, can she run in space?
Geddes chips inside. Oh. Smart, very smart.
Mate, big part of footy knowing your limitations, isn't it? And
again, that was really smart from Ingram. So Wardlaw, what are you saying, David? 35 out.
She's been doing a lot of work on her kicking, and she's an absolute talent. She kicked one from 50 at Grange 2 weeks ago. But be interesting.
Jessie Tuahu Wardlaw, Kiwi, I believe.
Right. She is.
Just goes back, steady approach. Ball slips. Doesn't make very good connection. The ball's there. Where's Wushner? She's always dangerous. I think she still might be on the interchange. You'd like to have her out there right now. Wardlaw follows up. Great tackle. That's an outstanding tackle. The umpire gave her plenty of time. The Gorillas' defence are working stoutly at the moment. There's a lot of action in their half of the game. The umpire says, holding the ball.
It's interesting, Barry, in finals footy, the kamikaze ball going in, if you apply good forward pressure, this is what you end up with. And that was, Coorparoo there was fantastic. Not a bad trademark to have finals time.
This is Tuahu Wardlaw again. She's having a real influence. Looking for an improved kick from last time. She makes better connection, but it falls short. Contest, Groves Little was there, but it was knocked for a behind.
But certainly, Woolston Grange are going to have to find a little bit of fluency in their game here. They certainly can't get any linkage. But interesting the styles. Coorparoo are taking them on one-on-one, whereas Grange want to zone back and play a bit of foursome backs, and it's not working for them at the moment. They're picking them off.
The umpire said that she's infringed and overstepped the mark there. That was Shannon Campbell kicking in. The umpire was right on it. I think he might have been influenced by the boys on the hill that are wearing Coorparoo jumpers.
They're up and about, the boys on the hill. They had a good win yesterday, so they've come here happy.
Perfect conditions for footy here at Yeronga as Wardlaw gets the tap down. Here's Luckin, she's been busy. Clears the defensive zone. Good contest there. Impacting the footy was Membry. Handball out now. That looks like Danek. Just a kick down the line. Here's Parker. Oh, brave. She was courageous. That's why she's got the superhero name, Paige Parker. And the umpire says, you're in the protected area. Come with me. I've been watching a lot of TV. That's 50 metres.
Paige Parker, her kicking is the biggest improved part of her game, so I'll be interested to see what she can do here. But as you say, it was a great mark. She's under a bit of pressure. Stanton arrived a bit late.
They're hot on this protected zone area. That's 2 or 3 already today. Parker with the left knee heavily strapped. Very considered over the footy. Moves in. Only at 15, 20 metres out. Pushes it to the right. Falls short. Coorparoo now. No reward for the tackle, just got knocked out. That was Maylee Forbes there.
It's interesting to see how they set up here. They're quite comfortable to come up on the back of the game, Coorparoo, squeeze them up.
The Grills are lucky that Coorparoo have probably been a little bit inefficient going forward. Sort of the scoreline doesn't reflect the dominance. Loose ball inside 50 for the Kings. Groves Little snaps it around the corner. All the numbers there with Wilson Grange. And they just blaze it away. This is Desma Gazoo, the Townsville product. She's lightning quick and uses the ball really well. Nice kick there, out to Membry. Just inside the defensive 50, kicks it down the line. A nice kick down there to Stanton. She chips it down the line to Peters, the key forward. In a really good one-on-one battle there. Ball gets knocked out.
Interesting one, young Peters. She's got good pedigree. The McLean family, Magic McLean. His niece, got a bit of talent.
Good effort there by Gibson. I thought she was really stout. Speaking of Gibson, her opposite number hasn't had a real impact. Great tap down to Geddes, who kicks it inside to Groves Little. It's a lovely passage of play. It's dry weather footy out here at Lation Park. Kicks it out wide to Wushner. She'll turn on that left-hand side and go bang inside 50. To no one in particular though. The ball will be cleared again by Moke. Let's call her the mini Moke, and the ball gets knocked over there by Pittman, and we'll have a restart.
They all circled Wushner's kick there. No one really went at it and thought, I want to own this. It was quite interesting.
I think you should know to go straight out to the fat side on her left side, because that's where the ball's going to go.
Yeah.
In the ruck now, there's Mackenzie, taps it down. Good contest. Players got their heads over the footy. That was Alana Perry from Coorparoo. Working really hard.
It was great head in the hole stuff there from Alana, wasn't it? Did what she had to do, no choice.
Yorston made her earn it though, both competing really hard. Again, Mackenzie against Luck, and Mackenzie just knocks it forward. Here's Gibson, the Burnie product, former Lions, now signed with North Melbourne. I'll be looking for her to have a big impact.
Yeah, mate, the hardest thing for Gibbo is going to be she's missed a fair bit of footy with the move to Victoria and what have you, so I'll be interested to see how she goes getting through the game.
Umpire gives it a good 18-metre tops in. Mackenzie gets a great tap to, well sharked there by Anderson, but a good smother off the boot. Oh, umpire lets that go, and actually goes the other way and says hanging on, but in fairness, I don't think she had too many opportunities.
I think she did well to get the kick there. I thought it might have been nothing.
Nice kick out there. And this is Dawes. She's had a bit of footy early. Goes down the line. That's a nice kick. An outstanding mark by Amy Kelly, sorry. Maybe I'm wrong again. Gemma Abbott.
Gemma Abbott.
Oh,
another one of the exciting talents from the Sunshine Coast, Gemma.
Fly by Stanton. She tries to hook it back with a bit of a check side. This is Maddie Peters up against Gibson. Anderson's there again. She's everywhere.
Don't you love as a defender when you've got a midfielder like Ali Anderson? She works that hard to get back down in that space and outnumber. She's terrific.
Her work rate is absolutely phenomenal. It looks like Yorston will go in the ruck here against Mackenzie. Mackenzie's covered a lot of territory. She hasn't had a change out yet. Yorston, Mackenzie. Mackenzie again gets a tap out. Umpire comes in. High contact. And that'll be a free kick.
Little Bell Dawes.
Bell Dawes.
Pick him up! Pick him all up!
But she's 17 years of age, and a couple of weeks to go in the second semi-final. She's not draftable, and she was the best player on the ground, mate. She's got an amazing amount of talent.
Dawes, 35 out. Kicks into the man of the mark. That was Mackenzie. She's having a great game. Just her work rate's phenomenal. Ball back inside. The loose ball. Peters comes out to meet the footy. Parker's in there. Wushner's in there. Lays a great tackle. The pressure's been phenomenal, but the umpire said Wushner was overzealous for that tackle, and that'll be a free kick to Membry. Jordan Membry.
Remember, she kicked her first goal against Collingwood. She was on the AFLW Lions list in the first year. Kicked her first goal against Collingwood out of Brendale.
Distance shouldn't be a problem. She's about 15 metres out. Makes beautiful contact, and there's the first goal to the Gorillas. A fantastic finish there. They worked really hard. They were under a lot of pressure. The defences worked overtime, and they got their just reward at the other end. So 18 minutes gone here at Lation Park, and it's Wilson Grange 6, trailing Coorparoo 13.
I think when you made the comments before about like they'd had a lot of opportunities, Coorparoo, and they'd gone forward and they didn't get the return that they needed. And whereas Wilson Grange, as I said, played foursome backs a little bit. And once they get through, they're dangerous. And there we go. So on the board they are. And Membry's no fool with the ball in her hand. She's a nice kick for goal. She didn't let her mates down.
Important goal late in the quarter. Lutkins in the ruck now against Mackenzie. Mackenzie knocks it down. That was Hursty just come off the interchange bench. Umpire brings it back and says it was a throw. And this will be Lutkins from the Gorillas. Has a bit of a look.
So Lutkins has gone into the ruck, and that's a good indicator that they're panicking, the old Gorillas, because that's the trademark move.
Talia Randall chucks it on the left, kicks it forward. Yeah, really solid mark by the boss back there, Cleo Davis. She chips it out wide to Blue. She covers the territory nicely. Goes down the line on the far wing. Gained another contest. Lutkins is out there working really hard. Anderson, quick hands inside. They're working really well. She chucks it on the boot. They've got numbers everywhere. They're out here. If they can move it quickly. Chip over the top to Forbes. The Zoo Chasers. Wushner, one-on-one. Smart use of the body here. She might expose her. She can turn her on that left foot. Little handball to herself. It's really good pressure in there from Shannon Campbell. Big job for Campbell today.
Oh, she did well. She kept her on the high side of her, tried to manage her and gave her nowhere to go. It was pretty clever. Gisu was running fairly quickly there too for the tackle. She's got a bit of pace, the girl from Townsville.
Wardlaw, Lutkins. Gizmo just knocks it forward. Wardlaw again. She's been busy, gets the handball out into space. Pretty unlucky not to get a free there, but umpires have been consistent with that, so that's really good. Again, this is Blue. She's having a fantastic first quarter as well. She blazes away a goal, and it's knocked through for a behind.
It was an interesting phase of play. It was like being in a pinball machine there for a moment. Ball was bouncing around.
Not much between these two teams, David.
I don't think so. I'd say the matchups it'll be which ones go either way, but there's certainly a good spread of talent on both sides.
Campbell to bring it back into play. Comes out to our commentary side to Wardlaw and Lutkins. I'm sure Lutkins will be the target all day. Quick hands inside Anderson, knocks it forward, and a really strong mark back down there. Haven't quite picked who that is, but it's a really strong mark. They kick it out wide. The pressure from Coorparoo, their forwards, has been fantastic. Anderson again. 1 minute she's in the back pocket, next minute she's at the half-forward flank. Her work rate is outstanding. Chips it inside. Great pass.
Wowee.
That's a really strong mark by Huth, Caitlin Huth. Distance may be an issue here. She's a good 35, 40 metres out. Don't know a lot about her kicking, David. What can you tell me as the expert?
Well, she's a Zilmere girl, actually. She's been around a few different clubs over a period of time, but she certainly hasn't struggled in her time at Coorparoo. She's certainly been good for the club, but wow.
She's given that a bit of a rest. Offline, though. Ball spills to ground. Boys at the boozer, hoping they can encourage a goal for their Coorparoo teammates.
Interesting, they've got a bit of the roll back there, Wilston Grange. They all get right back, and you worry about players like Wisher and that coming off the front of the contest.
A lot of instruction from the box next door. The ball gets just kicked up in the air.
Sally Young.
That's a really good mark by Sally Young. Not the fastest player on the paddock, but she's probably one of the smartest. Knows exactly where the footy's going to be and uses her strengths really well. Don't think the distance is probably a bit far out, and I reckon she knows that. She'll put it to a dangerous spot, they can guarantee that. And that trusty left just puts it to the top of the square. And the umpire's come in and found a holding decision, and that's going to be Boniface that takes the free kick deep in the defensive area for the Gorillas. He goes wide and finds Brooke Randall in front of the scoreboard that's showing Wilson Grange 1 goal, Coorparoo 2-2. Tried to play on, taken into tackle. Fantastic pressure, as I touched on before, David. Their forwards have worked really hard. That was a high tackle there on Wilson Grange, and the free kick will go to Sophie Wheeler in the back pocket.
It's only a matter of time till they clean these untidy tackles up, and they'll get advantage from some of this hard work that they're doing. I think the Grange defenders have got their hands full right now.
Really impressive Wardlaw. Her work rate for one of their taller players has been outstanding, and we've got a throw in deep in the forward line at the 23-minute mark of the first quarter for the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final.
A fair indicator that Wardlaw is being a handful for them is that Lutkins has gone to her now, which means she's deep, and that's not what Lutkins would do normally. She likes to play up high on the line and shape the game.
That's a free kick. The umpire's pulled the high free kick, and it looks like Young again, I think. Sally Young, she's been everywhere since she's come off the interchange. Chips it inside to Wushner. Umpire said, no thanks, we'll start again.
You know, I love most about finals time, and you've got your best umpires out there, and adjusting to them is one of the skills of the game for the players, because they don't miss anything. They're spot on in the work they do, and they've been terrific so far.
So Young, 30 out, just chips it again to the top of the square. Big fly by Groves Little, but didn't make any connection. Wushner putting the pressure on there. And there's the siren to end the first quarter here at Lation Park in our QWAFL Grand Final between the Wilston Grange Gorillas, who've kicked 1 goal straight 6, trailing Coorparoo Kings 2-2-14. David, what are your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, I'd like to ask the question, Baz, which is the scoring end here in your view today? I mean, Coorparoo is over a period of time, is it right of screen or left of screen?
I've always thought it was to the AFLQ headquarters end, to the right of screen, but geez, there's not a breath of wind. It's absolutely perfect conditions for footy.
That's why I asked the question. So I guess I thought Coorparoo was certainly on top. You said momentum's a big thing, and for you know, probably 3/4 of that quarter, they had the momentum of the game. Grange only had that little period where they went forward 2 or 3 times. So they're certainly working harder at the moment, and their possessions are having more effect, just not scoring. Whereas Wilson, as I said, they tend to win the ball back deep and try to start their game back there. But for Coorparoo, I look at players like a player like Pittman, who I haven't seen a lot of in the game yet. She really hasn't been able to get her hands on it. But those the tier 2 girls that are growing in the game, they're the ones that are doing the damage. And then similarly at Wilson Grange, the players like your Gibsons and Stantons and that haven't been able to haven't been able to have a big effect on the game. So, which tells you that the standard's fairly close. You know, there's a lot of the girls are really improving.
So that's quarter time here at Lation Park with special comments from David Lake, and it's Wilson Grange 1 straight 6 trailing Coorparoo 2-2-14. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter.
All right.
Welcome back to Lation Park here in Brisbane, Vegas for the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final as we're about to get underway for the second quarter. And it's the Coorparoo Kings 2-2-14 leading the, I suppose fair to say the favourites, David, Wilson Grange, 1 goal straight 6. Joining me in commentary, David Lake.
Biggest concern here for Wilson Grange is that there's no one rushing into the square, and Coorparoo have got a clear advantage in the middle, and there seems to be nothing getting done about it. So they've got to work out how to get the ball out of the middle, Grange.
We're underway again. Back to our starting ruckman. McNeil hasn't really had a spell. That's a quick kick out of the forward there by Wilson Grange. Peters attacks the footy. Boot off the ground. Ball goes forward. 1-on-1 contest. That looked like Daniek Oh, she goes to ground. Got to keep your feet, young lady. Umpire might pin you for that one, I reckon. Oh, she got the benefit of the doubt.
She was pretty good there, Kylie Lawrence, the way she got it into a bit of space. But you're right, she was touch and go if there was going to be a free kick or not, but she did really well.
Mackenzie working tirelessly up against Lutkins. Sharked beautifully there around the corner. That was memory.
So if you said, who's Wilston Grange's ruck coach in all this? They've got McNeil. She came in over the line and jumped early and got on top of Mackenzie. So the next one will be interesting. They seem to be working her over harder. They're sharing the load. Randall does the forward work for Grange against her, and then Lutkins down back. So she's going to have a work cut out, Mackenzie.
Peter's rucking now. It's a bit of a rucking merry-go-round. Careful how I say that. Ball gets tapped inside. This is Anderson. She's been outstanding in the first half. Quick hands, and they clear. Coorparoo clear it out wide. No one really went at that hard enough, and the ball will spill over the boundary line. A little bit of confusion there between Hurst and Glue. And the umpire will throw it back in.
Interesting here, Stanton, number 17 for Wilston Grange, has gone on with the footy now. That aggressive kick forward before was her. She does run quite strong. She's all
Ball's
over
held
Pittman.
up. Good tackle there by Stanton. And the umpire will throw it up again. Plenty of stoppages to start this second term. Mackenzie with a height advantage over McNeil. No one makes a tap. Great come through. Attack on the footy there by Dawes. And a really strong tackle from that looked like Pittman. Again, both players missed the footy. Blue's got a head over it. Working really hard. In there is Dawes.
Isn't it amazing how a bit of a change in technique from McNeil has changed what's happening in those the ball ups there?
Yeah. This is Pittman, takes a good mark right on the defensive 50. Looks inside, goes for the switch. Out towards Wardlaw. Oh, big stretch and grab, but couldn't quite clunk it. Gives a little hand off, goes backwards there. That looks...
Cleo, big Cleo Davis.
Cleo, the boss, kicks it. Hands inside. Work out there by Grange. Nice teamwork as they get it back inside 50, and the umpire's paid a late free kick. Is he going to play it downfield, or is he going to play where it knows? He's paid it downfield. Grange don't waste any time looking inside. Well, good defensive, and this is Peters with the footy, just knocks it out in front. Snap around the corner. That was by Abbott. The ball gets kicked out. Not on the full. Anderson. She's racking up possessions today. Pittman again. She's also had a fantastic start to the game. Dawes. Good tackle. Hurst got the handball away, and the umpire says, dropping the ball. And they pay the advantage. And the ball's with Yorston, about 35 out on a 45-degree angle. I'm not sure she's got the journey, David.
She's quite a footballer, so I'll be interested to see what she's got here. But she's there you go. You're right, Baz. Not enough in it.
Ball just gets knocked to ground. Contest there. That was Danek putting the pressure on. Ball's getting knocked around like a pinball. And the umpire said, give me the pinball and I'll throw it in the air.
Isn't it interesting now? So Grange have got that same lineup of players pushing the ball back in that what Coorparoo had earlier. The momentum's moved a little bit.
Mackenzie, I reckon she's had 30 ruck contests already today, working tirelessly, and that's a sort of a half shot at goal for the Gorillas as they get their first point of the day.
That was Talia Randall there that had that shot on goal. It's gone to North Melbourne next year. Parker, here she comes.
The superhero, Paige Parker, kicks it out. Contest there for Hurst. Gibson uses her strength in the contest. Hurst just knocks it on the boot, knocks it over the line. Really good work as she comes to the bench and has a spell, and I say, well done.
I think there Gibson needed to do a bit more than that there. She needed to drive her legs and try and carry the footy out of that.
Yeah, she looks, as you said, she probably looks like someone that hasn't played a lot of footy of late.
Yeah,
but she's
underdone.
A strong body and she'll work really hard. Anderson just chips it around the corner to Wushner. Good contest there. And the umpire will throw it in. Campbell's wearing Wushner really tight. Great matchup. That's probably the matchup of the day for me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'd be tempted to throw her up in the midfield, Wushner, to see what Campbell does, whether she wants to go and whether she's got the leg speed to play there with her.
A little bit gloomy now. Maybe a bit of rain on the cards. You never know. It was meant to be a lot today, but it did clear up. Groves Little just dropped the ball on a great tackle there. Good kick around the corner. That was from Abbott. Inside. Here comes the superhero! And she kicks it out to no one. It's a foot race. Wardlaw gets there early. Govan. Oh, a bit of a push in the back there. The umpire lets it go. Parker again. Umpire's just letting them sort it out themselves. And here she is, Captain Reliable. On the boot, Sally Young. Nice outside. This is Molly Forbes. She just kicks it down the line on the lead to Wushner. Nice kick. Wushner, she'll swing around on the left. Beautiful kick on the lead there, but she couldn't finish it off, Govan. It was a great kick out in front. And Lutkins will clear for the Gorillas. Smothered off the boot. Good pressure again from Govan. She followed up nicely. Pressure's been outstanding from both teams in their forward 50s. Quick handball out. The Gorillas now. Again, the pressure's still there. Govan working overtime. And the ball's not going anywhere, and the umpire says, give it to me, we all need a spell, including the commentators.
Wasn't it quite funny there, like the pressure of every player was outstanding, but then Lutkins can find just that little bit more that makes it that little bit special. A fingernail on the footy to rake it in. She's very, very accomplished player.
I reckon they'd like to have a Lutkins on every line.
I think we all would. She's certainly one of the stars of the whole AFLW competition, one of the best.
Kicks it inside now. Lutkins attacks the footy. Again, she's just been dominant. She's tough to get through. They're going to have to find a way to get around her if they want to kick a winning score today.
And down the line won't be it.
There she goes. Speaking of down the line, she goes down the line defensively. It's a smart move. That looked like Kelly out there, number 6. The umpire will bring it back in to restart play in front of the Bond University sign on the outer wing here at Lation Park. 7 minutes in, and it's Grange 7 trailing Coorparoo 14. Mackenzie again. She hasn't had a break. I wonder how long she can keep this up in the ruck. Oh, the speed there. Geddes kicks it into the forward pocket. They probably won't be disappointed if this one goes out of bounds as Govan escorts it over the line. We're about 25 out, right of screen, Coorparoo end.
Can't help but thinking that Coorparoo need to get some reward for a lot of their hard work, because they have worked, as you said, Mackenzie, it's been going a long time, and you can't do that for 4 quarters. We all know that. We've been around footy long enough. We need some score if Coorparoo are going to go forward, and Grange, I can feel them coming all the time.
Good clearance out of there again by Campbell. Out to the outer wing, down the line, looking for Peters on a search and lead, but she can't clunk it, and it rolls out of bounds.
It was a tough match-up there for little Jade Ellinger, number 4 for Coorparoo, going out with Peters. She certainly, from a strength point of view, Ellinger had some work to do.
Strong girl, Peters, but she covers the ground well. She was leading her there on the attempt at the footy. Again, Mackenzie just knocks it down. Anderson, no, that's Young with quick hands in the contest. She's a workhorse inside. High contact goes unnoticed. No, it's not. It's noticed now. He's just a little bit late on that one. Our all finance group umpires doing a fantastic job out here today as the ball goes inside. Quick hands on the outside there from Dawes. Gives it over to Matthews. She got tackled. Ball's cleared now by Lawrence. Smothered off the boot. Knocked forward. Team's just working so hard in the contest. It's super impressive. We might have an injury. She went down hard there, that Wilson Grange player. Haven't quite picked up who that is as she gets up, but she certainly looked a little ginger. That's Shannon Campbell.
Well, she got one across the shins, maybe.
Yeah, starting to get a bit gloomy. This is Young again. She's been prolific since she's been out. Oh, clever! Groves Little swings around onto the right, pumps it inside 50. And a good attempt there. That's Campbell. She's having a fantastic game today. Gives the handball over the top to Danik. Back to Campbell. Straight down the hay diddle to Peters on the lead. Great spoil by Gibson. Cleans up her own work. Gets the handball out. But the pressure's fantastic. Both teams have been unbelievable in the pressure stakes. and we'll have another ball up.
Who was the fool that thought Campbell had gone down? Up she got and in behind the play and away she went. She got him started again.
Think she was foxing, David?
Absolutely she was.
Gibson taps it out. Good ruck work there. Here's Lutkins onto the boot. Smacks it inside the forward 50 in the direction of Talia Randall. Here comes Peters. Get out of the way, she says. Working her backside off and just flings it out. The umpire lets that go in the tackle. Quick snap on goal there by Moke, the mini Moke, and she's kicked a goal!
Stanton.
Was it Stanton?
17.
Looked like the Moke to me, but I'll give it to Stanton. And it's 2-1-13 to 2-2-14 just as we approach the 11-minute mark of the second quarter in the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. What a cracker!
Oh, mate, it's a great game. I think that what we said there before is the biggest thing is that Grange, when they come forward, they threaten every time, and Coorparoo needs them in return for their work, and they're not quite getting it. It's kept the game close.
All right, we're ready for a restart. I think our match manager, Krista Davis, will turn the lights on soon. It's getting a bit dark. He might have heard me. He's moving. Lutkins plays on, no one on the mark. She'll go deep inside 50 on the lead. Great, strong hands there by Talia Randall. I'm not sure about going back and having a look. She'll be kicking from outside 50. She's going to take her full 30 though. Interesting.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought she'd had the journey, but we've been wrong before, Barry.
You certainly have. I have anyway. Not sure about you, David. Good kick inside. Cleans up there. That's great little work down there in the back half by Lawrence. She's been solid today. Again, they clear it out. Lutkins, wow. As Brian Taylor would say, boy, oh boy, wow-wee. She has been outstanding. Kicks it inside. Here's Anderson. Speaking of outstanding, she's been good. Measured that handball beautifully. This is Blue. Laura Blue. Doesn't make a Blue. Knocks it out. Parker's in there. Stacks on the mill. The umpire's letting it go. And he's pinged her. Diving on the footy.
The interesting part about Lutkins is she has the capacity to ruin the game on her own. She sees it so well. But
this is Parker. Deep inside the defensive 50 for the Kings. Just goes down the line to a 50-50 contest. Wushner and Campbell. What a matchup that's been. Wushner tries to get a boot. Campbell's working backside off in there in the contest. And I reckon we'll have another stoppage as Wushner comes to the bench to have a spell.
Great opportunity if they can exit this stoppage. Lutkins in the ruck, so that
Lutkins and Hurst. Blue knocks it out. Lutkins is everywhere. Gets the handball back inside. Contact in there. Oh, fantastic work in there by Yorston. And she just chips it forward and in rugby terms, she's made some metres.
But for a young kid, that was pretty clever. She worked the ball to advantage before she exited the stoppage area. It was quite clever.
Got a feeling we might get some rain soon. It's getting very dark. Only a point in it at the 13.5-minute mark here at Lation Park. Takes it out of the ruck, kicks it forward along the ground. Contest, Lawrence there working really hard. Stanton, she's a tough matchup. Great forward pressure tackle there. Anderson just kicks it out. Gibson's there. Solid mark. Plays on quickly, gives a handball to Campbell. She's got the barrel inside 50. Jamie Stanton now snaps around the corner. Late diving lunge, and she got a hand on it. Outstanding fan by the boss, Cleo. Cleo Davis slides in and knocks it over from behind. And we're all locked away at 2-2 apiece at the 14-minute mark of the second quarter in the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final.
You use that much energy and here we are. Scores are level. It's like we're back at the start. And certainly there'll be some tight old bodies out there. There's plenty of work going on. And little mistakes start to creep into the game, little skill errors, and it certainly open up opportunities.
Spark chips it inside. Campbell, she's working hard, didn't clean up there properly, gets the handball away. Umpire's going to bring it back for high contact. Groves Little was a little exuberant in the tackle there.
How did it look to you from here?
Yeah, I didn't have the knockies out, so I might have missed it. Once it get a bit dark, I'm waiting for those lights to come on, actually, on cue. There they are. Campbell, 40 out. Thumps it to the top of the square. Wardlaw's there. Lots of players head over the footy, stacks on the mill. Oh, it looked like she was led, got away with that one, I think, Wilston Grange. Quick handball out to the Gazoo, she round the corner, but was under immense pressure. Anderson just punches it towards Groves Little. Fantastic effort there by Wilston Grange, and they have another snap on goal. But a solid mark back there by the boss, Cleo Davis. I know why they call her the boss, because she's in charge back there.
She's so critical, she controls her space and she sees it so well.
Ball out on the wing, Wardlaw, great hands. She's been super busy today. Again, chips it down the line towards Mackenzie, but it's Lutkins there. I reckon the message at half time will be stop kicking it to Lutkins.
But there's a fair bit in that. She just finds her way in behind the game so easily, and going down the line was not the answer, you're correct.
No, Lutkins just reads the play so well. Must be tough for the Coorparoo girls because she just appears.
And she does that at the next level as well. She's very accomplished.
Mackenzie in the ruck against Talia Randall. I think there's a sense a bit of raindrop in here. Parker keeps her feet, wins the contest, smothered off the boot. And that's a mark to Randall. 35 out. About a 30-degree angle.
She's almost within her range here. It'll be interesting. So it was a little bit far before, but the kick certainly had her technique, and that's all very sound. You'd think she was a chance.
Ariana Riley on the mark. Ariana makes fantastic cakes. I can tell you about that. That's another story, David. And she's missed to the just narrowly to the right side. But that's the first time today that the Gorillas have taken a lead. The minor premiers 2-3 lead Coorparoo 2-2-14.
I certainly think that, say, Coorparoo, they need to find one. They've worked really hard for not a lot.
What a fantastic half of footy. Tough, uncompromising, neither team giving an inch. As Parker kicks it out, goes wide to the outside. Looked like a bit of a push in the back to Blue, but no free kick. Well played by Dawes there. She worked her under the footy. And Wushner, and having a bit of a push and shove here with Minnie Moak. Taryn Moak wearing it tightly. Knock inside there by Talia Randall. Anderson on the left. Doesn't get much distance. Fantastic kick out of the ground by Blue. Bit of soccer experience there. And speaking of Taryn Moak, she gives it to Lutkins. She'll thump it inside on that right side. Oh, nice hands. Shot on goal. Pushed off the footy was Membry. And Miss Reliable, Ali Anderson, cleans up.
If we go all the way back to here, I reckon Wushner needed to do more in that contest there. She allowed Moak to get to the footy. She should have been smart enough to get to that space, or not let her in that space.
Blue switches the play out towards Lawrence. She'll come back inside, steps her opponent nicely, wants to give the handball, kicks it down the line to a 50-50. Good follow-up here from Paige Parker on the wing. She kicks it down the line to Wushner. Spoils from behind. Nice work by Wushner. Fantastic follow-up tackle there by Taryn Moak. Britt Gibson thumps it inside and finds Yorston chips it towards Peters. Good work there by the boss, Cleo Davis. Holds it up and will give a team a chance to come in. Let's just hope the umpire doesn't ping it up. He'll throw it in the air at the... We just about tick over 19 minutes in the second quarter, and it's Wilston Grange by a point.
But she's been terrific, Moak, there, and a couple of real 50-50s. She's her energy in the contest has been fantastic and repelled the ball.
Outstanding effort. Just second and third efforts have been worked the backside off. Ball's outside now. This is Riley looking for the handball. Very good with her hands, put someone into space. But again, the press has been fantastic by the forwards of both teams, and that was Memory applying the tackle there.
I think we all remember being in a game ourselves where sometimes you want to transfer the ball to the next person, but you also transfer the pressure. You're tired, it's late in the quarter, you can't wait for the bell to go. I think the game's at that point at the moment.
Mackenzie's been impressive for me, hasn't had a break out of the ruck. Gibson kicks it deep into the forward line. A bit of a foot race between Davis and Peters. And looks like it'll run, no, yeah, it's run out of bounds.
She's certainly controlling the back space, the boss, isn't she?
Yep, she is. Peters will ruck this. against Mackenzie.
Leads
Deep
exit
in the
area.
second quarter. This is Young over the footy for Coorparoo, picks it up, quick hands outside. Nice chain of handballs here. This is Blue out on the far side to Groves Little. Has a bit of a fumble. Pressure again from both teams. Oh, she come in hard at the body. Lucky she didn't get a high, but got away with it.
It was interesting. I thought Pittman might have got a kick there.
Brooke Randall working hard in the contest for Wilson Grange. Another fantastic tackle. The tackling, David, today has been outstanding by both teams.
But the game is squeezing up very quickly. And Coorparoo were doing it in the first quarter, and now it seems to be all coming from Wilson Grange. Quite a contest.
Young again with the handball out towards Lawrence, it looks like. Pushed off the footy, Anderson. Hasn't got the ball. Quick hands out now. They're away, but again, another outstanding tackle. The ball goes inside. This is Govan, and she's marked it about 30 metres out.
She needs to kick this, Baz.
Yeah.
They worked really hard to find space. They kept coming. Numbers kept coming. Grange defended vigorously, and now Govan needs to reward the work.
Sally Young could have got on the end of that. She's just chipped a little bit of a 9-iron up out in front towards Blue. But a really good mark by Campbell's been rock solid in the back half today. Doing an outstanding job. She hasn't got a lot of options, so she just chips it inside towards Brittany Gibson. She goes back to Campbell with a handball. The pressure's on here. Campbell now, she'll have to come down the line, which she does, to a contest between Riley. Oh, outstanding mark, Ariana Riley.
Again, she's played the most games in Women's State League footy in Queensland, mate. Ariana, terrific player.
Clock ticking down. That's not the best kick, though. But she gets away with it. Kick inside by Ellinger. Oh, knocked off the footy by Govan. Umpire let it go. Players just a lot of scrappy. Gibson taken down without. Umpire says play on. Young again. Handballs it out towards Edmonds. Here's Lawrence. Kick inside 50. Not really. Here's Wushner. She'll swing around on that left. Chip it into the top of the square towards Govan. Knocked off the footy. Luckins clears it, but here's Young. She's everywhere. Oh, puts down one she should have marked, and Gizmo applies a tackle, but the umpire said you're a little bit too high. Gives it to Wushner. She goes with a check side on the left towards Govan and Lutkins. Macca's not happy in the box next door, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in about 15 metres around from the Coorparoo goal at the 20, just approaching the 23-minute mark of the second quarter.
Well, this is the toughest advertisement for umpiring I've ever seen, Baz. So many decisions to make, so busy down there, and they're doing such a good job.
Yeah, I think
Tough.
they've done an outstanding job too. They've just let it go, which is all you could ask.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Work harder, players.
And there's the siren for the second to end the second quarter, bring on the long break here at Lation Park for the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final between the Wilson Grange Gorillas, who kicked 2-3-15 to take the lead over the Coorparoo 2-2-14. David, how'd you see that quarter and that half?
To say it again, I just think Coorparoo worked so hard for no return, and Wilson Grange in that game of foursome backs, they started to get some linkage, and they were difficult to stop. They got some very, very strong players, and so made it difficult for them. I mean, players like Pittman started to get her hands on the footy late in the quarter. She has been the form player of the competition this year, and she's been struggling to get her hands on it. Number 22 for Coorparoo, and as she starts to find a bit of the footy, they start to straighten up. And Wilson Grange will continue to play the same way, and they'll force you back the other way. Certainly need to go around Lutkins. I think that's the one given that they should be talking about in the rooms.
Great first half. We couldn't ask for a better scoreline. 2-3-15, the Gorillas over the Kings, 2-2-14. We'll be back here at Lation Park in a short time for the start of the third quarter. Welcome back to Lation Park here in Yeronga, Brisbane for the second half of the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. Barry Gibson in commentary with David Lake. And we've got an absolute cracking game. We hope those down the line are enjoying our coverage with the Wilston Grange Gorillas leading 2-3-15 to the Coorparoo Kings 2-2-14. David, we're not far away from a restart. What are you looking for in this half from both teams?
Well, if I was in the Wilston Grange rooms, I would have been talking about getting through the corridor. They've got some really strong players that can move the ball, can catch the ball. I reckon they need to get through the corridor. They don't seem to be as energetic. And if I was Coorparoo, I would have been talking about change of direction and handball receive running, trying to get that game to move and use some outside space, which is where they seem to be better. So I'll be interested to see what the discussions were, because certainly from an effort perspective, they both have that covered. There's been plenty of willingness, but I think we need to see some finesse footy played in terms of the styles. They need to just adjust a little bit to get a result.
The thing that's going to really interest me, there's been a lot of stoppages, there's been a lot of ball ups. I think the umpires might have RSI by the end of the game. But which team's going to have the energy in the last quarter? Because this game could come right down to the wire, and it's going to be left who's still got some run and got some energy.
Yeah, I think for Coorparoo, they've got big Wardlaw that they can throw in the ruck that's certainly capable to give Mackenzie a chop out. And I think Wilston Grange would do similarly with Lutkins. And if you had Lutkins at the face of the game, even though it makes you vulnerable down back, she certainly, I can play anywhere.
I might give a bit of a shout out to our two fieldies, Josh Moore and Oliver Pye. I reckon they've done an outstanding job in the first half. They've let the players just play. They've let the stoppages go as long as they could before having to intervene, but I just think they've done a really good job of managing the game. A couple of young blokes getting an opportunity to umpire a grand final.
I love that when you come in September and you watch the best footy, you get to see the best umpires, and clearly these are a couple of young form umpires. But even from the boundaries perspective, seeing balls thrown in nicely, all that's part of the act, and like terrific this time of year. They're putting on a good show.
So umpire Oliver Pye is going to have the honours to restart us here in the second half of the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. And it's Mackenzie and McNeil, foes from the first half, as Mackenzie gets the tap away, knocks it down to Hurst. Again, it's in dispute. Gazoo with pace out of the middle, but it doesn't really knock it forward. Hurst again battling hard. Gazoo's in there. Handball out by Gibson. Paige Parker, we talked about the superhero name she's got. She kicks it out wide. And that's a good mark by Huth out on the far wing in front of the Bond University sign. She kicks it down towards Geddes in a bit of a foot race. Keeps the pressure on. Wushner with her long sleeves on. She's changed at half time. Kicks it back inside 50 to a marking contest there for Pittman. Ball's knocked away. And a good clearance there for Matthews as she puts it back outside 50. But once again, Ellie Anderson's there. Once again, Lutkins is there. Stop kicking it to each other. And the ball comes back, and that's a mark to Coorparoo.
Jade Ellinger.
Ellinger doing a good job down back. She kicks it inside. Strong mark there by Shannon Campbell. She's had a really solid game in the defensive 50 for the Gorillas. She steadies things down.
Do you feel like, Baz, they use a lot of energy by going straight back down the line? If there's a little bit of change of direction, it'll take a little bit less energy to play. The first team to discover that will get on top.
Absolutely, though. I think they're kicking to each other a lot. And another 50 here, David. And again, Ali Anderson, been everywhere. It's like Lutkins at one end, Anderson at the other. I think if those two can be negated, then the others might get a bit of an influence. So she's going to have a shot. You're going to know her a lot better than I do. I think she's about 30, 32, 33 out. Can she make the distance?
No, I reckon she'd be better off to share and use it, but I'll be interested to see who gets it. Wushner gone up over there. Oh, wowee.
What an outstanding kick. And I love the secondary lead for Wushner. She went, then she went the other way. She nearly went then, actually, but she'll go back. She's got the long sleeves on. She's got more tape on her than Farlap, but I can tell you what, she can play.
Mate, I would love to have her in my side if I was coaching, mate. She is as talented with the ball in her hand as any footballer that I've spent time with, mate. She's incredible.
So Wushner, Hobart and Tasmania on that left foot, runs around on the arc like most of the left footers, gets a good length on it, and she's got the goal! And Coorparoo kicked the first goal of the third term, and they've taken a quick, handy little 5-point lead here at Lation Park And that would have been the start they were looking for, David.
Isn't she the classic forward? You love, you stand, you stand strong, you celebrate, and the game comes to you. She's a classic forward in every aspect, mate, and she's got all the tricks to follow it up. Outstanding. Certainly puts them back in, doesn't it? What about Anderson's pass? Oh. Knowing your own limitations and giving off that you're going to go long and then doing that. Fantastic.
Can really see those players with AFLW experience, just the balance and the poise that they get at playing at that level. As we restart, handball out there by Gibson, just knocks it forward. Again, bit of a stacks on the mill, and young Josh Moore, the umpire, sporting the All Finance Group sponsored shirt there. As the sun breaks through again, McKenzie gets the tap down. Gizzu just knocks it forward. Good attack on the footy there. Handball out wide. Here comes Laura Blue. Kicks the ball down the line. Handball out there by Geddes. Oh, again, bit of a fumble. More pressure inside. Bit of a toe poke that didn't really go anywhere. Oh, that was a bit of a high tackle. Great attack on the footy there by Isabella Dawes. And the ball will be run over in front of the Wilson Grange coach's box for a boundary throw-in.
Isn't it funny? Dawes was caught napping in the middle there and the ball spilled her way, and she certainly didn't waste her opportunity. So she's got a job running with Ellie Anderson now. So that's what they've talked about.
Good tap by McNeil. This is Hurst. Gets the hands away to Young. Little tap around the corner. I don't think he'll call that one deliberate. He says no. Throw it in, young man.
I like to see them change game style rather than attack different players. I don't see the point in all that.
Nice throw in, son. 18 metres, perfect. McNeil taps it down. Again, this is Dawes. Hands inside, gets the kick away. That was Girk. Knocks it forward. Good block on there. Gibson kicks it down. Recently signed with North Melbourne, previously with the Brisbane Lions. Here's Parker. Oh, good spoil there. Got taken high. Peters snaps it around the corner. But the boss, man, she's there. Cleo Davis kicks it, chips it out wide. Oh, bit of a sloppy kick, puts Lawrence under pressure. And that's, great follow-up tackle there by Davis. Cleans up her own messy work. And they might have got away with one there. As Parker comes off, bleeding from the lip. And she'll have some attention as Ariana Riley comes in and will go into the back line.
She was good in that contest here, Parker. She stood up, but certainly a little crudeness is not the right word, just a little bit of physical contest. She's copped one for her trouble.
McNeil taps it down. Dawes is there, busy as usual. Gazoo's in there, bit of a scrap, kick nowhere. Anderson, not 15, play on. Quick snap there by Randall. Peters is there though. She goes left, goes right, gives the handball off. Back inside there to Stanton. And Peters has a shot, blazes away a bit and misses. And it's Wilson Grange, 2-4-16, trailing Coorparoo 3-2-20 as we touch up to the 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
She really needed to do more with that kick. Like, she had plenty of space and time, obviously wasn't aware. A little bit of momentum forward and she might have kicked the goal. But for all the effort, you need reward, Maddie Peters.
Yeah, Lawrence kicks it out wide. Lutkins on the left foot just hacks it back inside and the ball will go out of bounds about 10 metres out from the goal face.
She comes from a long way back, Lutkins. She sizes it up and then she comes at the game and she has the capacity to move the game 50, 60 metres in each one. She's very, very clever.
McKenzie and Randall in the ruck. McKenzie's been in every ruck contest today. Magnificent effort. Handball out by Dawes. Quick hands there. Snap around the corner. Good pressure from the defensive unit. That's Anderson in there working tirelessly as she has all done all day. A quick snap from on the boot there by Yorston. Hands out in defensive unit now and they've found some space. And this is Huth who takes the mark. Jesus, some pace on out here from Geddes. She can run. Gets the chip over and she's going to get rewarded for her work rate on that run. And a good mark in front of the Coorparoo coach's box in front of
McNeil,
the ruckman. Play on down the line, umpires. Bit of confusion, the umpire blew his whistle. And they're out here if you can get away. Quick kick by Perry in towards Wushner and Lutkins. What a battle, the Brisbane Lions teammates. Lutkins leads it to the footy, gets the handball. Good follow-up pressure. Excellent. The boys on the bar say ball, but I don't think they're going to get rewarded, boys.
That was interesting. Wushner loves to let you seize possession, and Luckens likes to go and get possession, so it was always going to be an exciting contest.
Yeah, you love seeing players like that go head-to-head as the sun bathes the ground here at Lation Park. The umpire chucks it in 18 metres, and Wardlaw in the ruck there with Luckens. She gets a knockdown. Again, another just tough tackle into the ground there. That was Hurst, and she really made Girk earn the footy.
Just back to that contest, 2 All-Australians there in Wushner and Luckens, so it was terrific to see them go head-to-head.
Wardlaw knocks it out against Luckens. Luckens follows up with a tap. Young in there working hard. No one can get it decisive. Good hands out in front. Here's Getty, she's quick. Head over the footy, that was courageous. And she was met really hard there and comes out holding the shoulder there, does Yorston. Geddes was impressive with the contest. Luckens, Wardlaw, ball gets out, quick hands all out there by Perry. This is Riley, chips it inside towards Wushner. Good spoil in there, great hands in by the defender. Blue, knocked off the footy fairly. Blue just goes again. This is Luckens, she's been outstanding. Handball out. Gibson working hard. Got taken down without the footy, and the umpire said, you'll get a free kick. Britt Gibson, just in the back half of the Gorillas, hasn't got a lot to kick to, goes down the line to a 50-50 context toward Peters. Ball spills over the back. Peters is going to run onto it. This is Randall. Stanton. Kicks it inside, really nowhere, Stanton. And this will be Ariana Riley. She'll have all the time in the world just to pick it up, get the handball over to Geddes and release her into space. And look at her go. Wow, I wouldn't like to be chasing her down a dark alley. She is quick. Hits a handball away there.
How good was Riley then? Just knowing your limit, once again, how to use the footy, put the next person in space. It was terrific. Ever reliable, Ari?
Yeah, very much. Knows a role, plays a role. As I said, she cooks a mean cake. Guy comes in. We'll have a bit of a restart. Out on the far side in front of the Bond University sign. That's Hurst in the ruck against Luckens. And the umpire said blocking in the ruck contest. And Hurst will take the free kick. She gives away the handball quickly. That's Pittman. Goes inside towards Wushner. Knocks it over the top. Here's Wardlaw. She's got someone over the top and she can get it out. Wushner on the left foot, chips it beautifully inside. Oh, she played on when she didn't need to. Oh, no. And the umpire said, ball. Fantastic pressure. I think Wushner should have had the shot. Then again, they had time to steady on the mark. That was Govan. Yeah, she just needed to steady. She got a rush of blood and tried to play on. That's what finals do to you, David, as you know.
And that was the opportunity they'd worked so hard to create.
Dawes chips it inside. Yeah, really solid mark there by Kelly. Goes again to Luckens. Good kick down the line. Stanton chips it again. They're getting some good overlap here. Oh, Abbott missed what she should have taken. Riley kicks and gets knocked over in the contest. Good work there. Handball away there. Players going hard at the footy and it's run out of bounds. That was Ellinger who really attacked the footy. For a girl that's slightly built, she doesn't back off.
Mate, that was Stanton that she had to come at, mate. That was terrific from Ellinger. She's grown so much through the final series. Great little player, small in stature.
Hurst in the ruck having a go now. Does well, gets the footy, gives the hand off. Looks like she dropped that and the umpire agreed with me for the first time in my career. And who else but Lutkins. Chips it out wide. That was just nice poise. Peters on over the top. If they can get their little chip, she finds her on her own, but she puts down what she should have taken. Fantastic pressure by Davis. But I think Peters will be ruined that. That was an opportunity that she should have taken. Boss man's got it again. Just sockers it off the ground. Quick kick inside. Not 15, the umpire says. Membry. Play on. Membry has a snap-on goal. And there it is, David. The one they needed to retake the lead. A great shot from about 30 out by Jordan Membry for the Gorillas. And it's the Gorillas 3-4-22, leading the Coorparoo Kings 3-2-20. What a game of footy, David.
Well, if you go back down the other end to where Govan, she stops, she kicks that goal, that doesn't happen, and momentum of footy, and now all of a sudden they're under pressure and they've got to get one back. So can they get themselves going back the right way? I don't know. That's demoralising, really, isn't it? Really, really difficult. But they were good there, Grange. They just kept forcing it forward. And Lutkin's into the ruck now, so they're looking to take advantage of this and try and get a bit more momentum.
She's been tireless. Mackenzie's just had a spell, so let's see how she goes. Gets a tap down to Dawes, gives another handball away. Fantastic tackle coming off the back of the square there. And again, they just get a kick away. Young in the contest, working hard in there with Danek. And the umpire says high contact. She'll give the handball to put a player into space. That's Gibson. Kicks it long down the line towards Wooshna. But fantastic work again by Campbell as she spoils. Gemma Abbott leads the footy. Groves Little over the top, a little bit clumsy. Might get away with it. Up.
She'll get the kick here.
She has.
She was very quick, Groves Little, to get there and do the defensive work.
Very good. She was clever enough. She went over the top of it, but she didn't dive into her back and gets the reward. Groves Little, I think, it inside now. This looks like Wardlaw on the big lead. Brought the ball to ground, but again, resolute as the Wilson Grange defence as they kick it out wide, but all the numbers appear to be with Coorparoo here. Lawrence follows up, hands inside, Lutkins. Is there anywhere she hasn't been, David?
Oh, I think there, the young girl, she should have gone forward herself and trusted herself. She didn't need to go back to the demanding voice of Lutkins.
Speaking of everywhere, Ali Anderson has been outstanding. Gibson just bullocked away and knocked the ball forward inside the forward 50. Good pressure, good tackle. Peters picks it up, gets a little kick away inside.
Little Ellinger again.
Yeah, she's been really good down there. Just playing her role. Oh, solid mark. That was Vark. Kicks it inside. And again, the umpire will throw it up 30 metres outside the Wilson Grange goal. They've got a 2-point lead at the 14.5-minute mark here of the third quarter of the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. As Randall knocks it down, Riley gets quick hands out, but there's no one there, and that'll be an easy mark out there for Taryn Moak. She goes back inside to a 3-on-2. Not the best kick. Gee, they've done well there. That was Abbott. Mackenzie finds Anderson working tirelessly.
I think their big Mackenzie needed to go forward there herself. I mean, all she did was refer the pressure backwards, and it had to be spot on. Put Ali under pressure, I think.
And speaking of Anderson, she's picked up a free kick out on the far back pocket. Decides to switch the play, goes across to Riley in the other back pocket, trying to find the loose player. She goes towards the safety of the boundary line, goes through the legs. Both those players, they've run it. Tilly Ingram, keeping her feet, doing a good job, but went to ground at the vital moment. Good pressure in there.
I'm loving Ellinger right now.
Moak's been really good, just works tirelessly.
The rougher it becomes, the harder you got to go, the more Moak appears.
Mackenzie, unopposed in the ruck, didn't really win the footy. Ball gets knocked down. Gibson starting to get busy. Gets the handball out. That looked like Yorston there. Gibson again. Smacks it inside the 50 arc. It's a bit of a foot race here. Campbell and Cleo Davis. That was Pittman. Ellinger. Oh, she had it a long time, and the umpire said, too long as far as I'm concerned. That's a free kick. And it'll be Kate Lutkins. I don't think distance is going to be an issue for her at all.
No.
I'll have a quick look with the knockies, David, and I'm working out she's about 41 and a half out on a
well within distance.
Nothing angle. Gets a good run into the footy, leans back, and you know what, David? She deserved a goal because she has worked absolutely tirelessly. She's put the team on her back, and she said, come along for the ride with me today.
Kate the difference Lutkins. She's certainly been outstanding. I think here she goes back to centre half back now. She's helped move the momentum of the game their way. They've kicked a couple of goals and she's pushed herself back to centre half back.
And just following on from her form in the AFLW season earlier this year when she won the Lions Best and Fairest.
Yeah, absolutely. And the part's luck, and she plays futsal at the national level, so it's all about, like, she understands how the game moves, when to wait and when to go. And you're right, she's carried on. Her form is sensational.
She drives tanks in her spare time. Jack of all trades.
Protects my country.
Yeah. Umpires picked a free kick out here, and it's going to go the way of Coorparoo. 7.5 gone. They'd really like a goal before half time to bring this deficit under a goal. And it's Hurst who's he's had a really solid game, I think. Can't miss her in those flash orange boots. Right in the middle of Lation Park. Ooh, bit of a nothing kick to Anderson, but she'll clean it up. Chips it around on the left foot, out towards Blue. Kick inside there from, but again, guess who? You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. Kate Lutkins.
Wardlaw needs to do her work a little bit earlier and not let her go to the game.
Lutkins to Campbell. They're just going to try and bit of tempo here. Try and preserve their lead heading into the last stanza. Hurst again. This is Campbell working hard. Moke. Just a little dinky kick down the line, and Gibson has got it. A lot of instruction from the box as she chips inside. That's dangerous. Good work by Gibson there. Here's Yorston. Hits a handball back to Danik. Over the top. Abbott kicks to space. Bit of a foot race between Cleo Davis and Maddie Peters. Peters puts great pressure on and might force it through here for a behind. Umpire taps the chest. One behind, and they extend their lead out to 9 points.
It's tough when you're a person that likes to turn the game back round and get it going, that Cleo had to make that decision under a lot of pressure. They were good there, Grange. The little hands from Daniak out through the hole there to Abbott was quite clever.
Parker plays onto herself, kicks it just onto the 50 arc, where Geddes is in a bit of a contest, outnumbered. Again, Taryn Moke, quick hands inside, ball goes inside 50 towards Michaela Campbell. Turns around, can't pick it up. Slap kick out of there by Groves Little. Gibson. Good pressure by Hurst. But she's kicked an outstanding goal. I think that's Gibson.
Yep.
Wow, she's really stepped up this quarter. I reckon she's probably been the difference just with the pressure around the contest inside 50. I think she's been really good.
Yeah, when the game's in tight, she's so strong, and she gets the ball to outside space to players on that, in that area, and allows them to get forward. It was good to see she got a reward for her own work there.
Not a goal that Coorparoo really needed. That's the biggest margin of the game. Out to 15 points in a low-scoring affair. Coorparoo really need one now before the break.
That handball receive run I spoke about after half-time is critical. A player like Pittman, Parker, who spent a bit of time on the bench, we need to see them start to run if Coorparoo ought to be a chance here.
Hurst hard at the footy again, swings out, gets the handball out. This is Blue. Great tackle. The tackle pressure. Groves Little kicks it inside. Campbell's there as she has been all day. Follow up by Geddes. She chases up. Good tackle pressure. They've been really good, the defenders of Grange. Abbott brings it back inside. But Groves Little's there. She wastes no time. Just throws it on the boot towards Wardlaw. She puts down what she probably should have taken, but follows up her own work. Great tackle there by Abbott. And the umpires rewarded that with a free kick as Hurst comes to the bench for a change.
Isn't the secret to these? You've got to keep the umpires out of it. So she needed to catch it so the umpire doesn't get a chance to blow his whistle.
Absolutely. Abbott down the line. Looking for, that's a great attack on the footy from both players. Ellinger out there, swings around, gives the handball inside. Back to Ellie Anderson. She must be getting tired of getting the footy. Marley Forbes back inside. Campbell strong at the footy again. That's a fantastic contested mark.
Mate, that's her trademark, if I say that, and her reliable long kick are probably her two biggest things that she brings.
And another solid kick down the line, but again, Ellie Anderson. Wow. Her and Kate Lutkins brought their own footy. She chips it, finds Wushner. She'll definitely come back inside as she does. Oh, not her best kick. But Paige Parker's there. Nice hands below her knees. Flicks it out. Yes, nice work again by Anderson. She's so good with the ball in hand. As they go inside 50 on a search and lead from Wardlaw, but Lutkins is there putting on pressure, cleans up her own work. Little Kevin Bartlett handball to herself. Gets it back and pushes it down the line, and we'll have a throw in right in front of the Bond University scoreboard. Great crowd in here today, David.
Yeah, good crowd, good weather in the end. We've ended up with a good day. Great work from Wushner there, her attack on Lutkins to smother the kick. But the difference, I reckon, with Lutkins moves the game so far and so strongly, whereas Anderson links the game up. And they're clearly the two form players of the game, but the Lutkins factor is massive.
Umpire's called a restart there. It was a bit of a shallow throw in, probably one of the very few today. Maybe the young umpire's getting a bit tired. It's been a long day for the young fella. We'll have a restart. Wardlaw against, looks like McNeil, yeah.
McNeil's back in the ruck.
Gets a tap down. The non-controlling umpires come in and found high contact, and that'll go to Wardlaw. 22:40 gone here in the third. They need a score. Don't think they'd like to go in 15 down. She sort of just kicks it up in the air. Campbell loves that stuff, but here's Wushner at ground level. Gets knocked out. Young, she loves the hands. Gives it over to Hurst. She chips it inside, and Wushner marks it. About 25 out on the perfect side. She runs around on the left foot. Not her best kick at all. And yeah, it's going to get knocked through, and it has for a rush behind. The umpires have seen that, but the goal umpire's been tapping his chest for about 10 seconds saying, I've got this.
That was a disappointing one there from Wushner. Had the chance to really make the game, that last quarter, big or as a starting point.
She needed to go back and ice that, didn't she?
She did. She's got this thing about loving to go. Daniak.
Kicks it into the middle now to a contest. Again, Anderson's there, but a really solid mark there from Jamie Stanton. She's just going to slow it down. They don't need to rush. The scoreboard's on their side. But she chips it. But it's Hurst there, I think.
It is Hurst again.
And there's the siren to end the third quarter in the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. And it's Wilson Grange 5-5-35 leading the Coorparoo Kings 3-3-21. They really showed their ascendancy that quarter, the Gorillas, David.
Yeah, and as you said, picked up and led by Kate Lutkins. She took the game, her game, to another level and showed everybody how to go about it. But certainly down the line, Gibson, as you said, in tight, she was really strong. You know, your Daniaks, Membry, Stantons all started to contribute, young Dawes. So Abbott started to get her hands on the footy. That's some of the talent. So that applied a lot of pressure to Coorparoo's defence. We had Parker off for a period of time there with the blood to the mouth, which certainly didn't help their rebound. And then conversely, if I'm Coorparoo now, we're almost in a dare to dream, aren't we? You need to handball, receive, run, get on the outside, get some fluency in your game, and find a little bit of energy that you may not have had, because this is it. This is what it all comes down to, doesn't it?
Yeah, fantastic wrap. We'll take a break and we'll be back very shortly with the penultimate quarter of the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final.
Singles to Gibson, number 25, number 13, Lutkins, and Jordan Membry.
Welcome back to Lation Park for the last quarter of the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final, and it's Wilston Grange, the minor premiers, with a 14-point lead over the Coorparoo Kings. David Lake, an experienced coach yourself, you're coaching Coorparoo, what's the message?
Well, you're 14 points down, so you're going home with nothing. It's dare to dream stuff, but you got to play your way. So you're looking from half back to get some handball, receive, run, outside space, skill-based footy, change of direction. Can't afford to go in through Lutkins. It's not going to happen. She's proven all game that she's going to repel. So yeah, I think they've got to carry the ball up and try and change direction and get a bit of fluency in their game. Simply, if you're Grange, you're back into that space, you fill it up. And you make it hard for them to change direction by squeezing up in the middle and filling the back spaces they have. They've got a tough task on their hands, but it is dare to dream. There's nothing else. Don't need to go home second, Baz.
Here we go. Ollie Pye throws it up. Mackenzie McNeil, tough battle all year. McNeil gets that one down. Oh, tough contest. Bang, the bodies went. But they get up. Bit sloppy though. Few of them. Oh, umpire says play on. It was a bit of a late call, so she does. Kicks it forward. Not going anywhere. They need a quick one here. Peeling for the free kick. Groves Little round the corner. Chucks it inside. Here's Wushner looking dangerous on Campbell. What's she going to do? She gets it. Chucks it on the left. But she misses to the left-hand side. And they bring the margin back to 13 points.
Oh, they've come out with the right attitude. Groves Little in the Premier League final is very similar. She's very clever and has a real knack of getting her hands on the footy, kicking the ball around the corner effectively.
Shannon Campbell with the kick-out duties. Comes out to our commentary side. Nice purchase on that. Oh, big grab. Wow, that was a fantastic mark by Randall. He kicks it out towards Yorston in a good battle with, looks like Davis there. Knocks it out. She's out of her territory. She's usually much closer to home in terms of defensive home. Ball gets kicked back down the line. They've got some space here, Coorparoo. This is Huff. Plays off the tackle. Groves Little. She's dangerous around goal. Kicked 4 last week. Turns her opponent inside out, but just blazes away and kicks it over the fence and out on the full.
Well, whilst as a coach, that's disappointing what the finish was. There's signs that it's starting to turn. Like Davis's contest back here was fantastic. And I think the other thing, you find a newfound respect for a player like Hurst from another sport, from indoor netball, mate. She's a fantastic competitor and uses her body so well.
Very much so. Campbell just goes down the line with a long kick. Mackenzie knocks it down. There's Pittman. Not 15 up. I says play on, and we'll have a throw in just in front of a wet area, the Yeronga Footy Club. 2 minutes gone, and it's Wilston Grange with a 13-point lead. Goal here would make it really interesting, I think. Young umpire chucks it in nicely. Mackenzie feel like getting held in the ruck, and the umpire's seen that. Wushner plays on, snaps around the corner. And the umpire says, bring it back.
Was the umpire right or wrong there, Baz?
I reckon he should have let her play on. She moved, ball went forward, she moved forward. But you know what? He's in charge, not me, so I'm going to back him in.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. He's got a whistle that we don't have.
Gibson limps off. He looks very sore in the calves. I think it's more cramp than anything. This is Mackenzie. Distance could be an issue.
Absolutely.
She's just, she makes nice connection to the top of the square.
Campbell.
But again, Campbell, fantastic. Just keeps her eyes on the footy, extends the arms and clunks it. Goes out to the far side now. Kicks to a contest though. Ball gets knocked down, Wardlaw. Handball inside. Ball just got knocked forward again. And the pressure's outstanding as clearing kick goes outside 50. Ellinger's out there, working really hard in a bit of a foot race. Can't see who she's with out there at the moment. Oh, geez, good tackle pressure by Wilston Grange. Both teams are so desperate. No one's put the cue on the rack just yet.
I can't help but think that Grange's pressure's just gone up a little bit.
Yep. I'd have to agree with you.
There's no space out there at all for Coorparoo. They get their hands on it well, and then Grange, here they come.
Mackenzie gets the footy, chucks it on the boot inside 50. Led to the footy there. That looks like Lawrence. Ball gets knocked down. Both teams are really desperate. Pittman, handballs over the top towards Ellinger. McKenzie again. Govan kicks it inside. Wushner, one-on-one with Campbell. Campbell spoils beautifully. Groves little at the fall of the footy. The crowd down below me want a free kick, but you're not going to get one. She just kicks the ball out. Now they want deliberate, and the umpire says, throw it in.
Very professional there from Jamie, the way she worked that to the boundary line.
Yeah, nice
the
work.
risk you take, isn't it?
Bit of experience there from Stanton for a young, old head on young shoulders.
Absolutely.
Umpire brings it back into play. Half forward, McKenzie. A lot of tap outs today. Haven't really capitalised on it though, and that's a bit of a wayward kick from the Gorillas.
That's from Stanton.
And there'll be a free kick to Paige Parker, just in front of the Gorillas coaching box. What's she going to do here? All I can see is red, white, and blue. Just pumps it inside to a contest, but no one's there. An easy, uncontested mark inside 50.
So where was Wardlaw when that ball came in? Was she?
Moke goes to the far side. That's a nice kick out there towards far. She plays on quickly, chips it out in front of Girk. She'll run onto it. Not a lot to go forward to though, so she just chucks it on the boot down the line. And Kelly, bit of a fumble, but makes up for it beautifully. Gets hands back inside, over to McNeil. She just kicks it to no one in particular.
Ali.
And Ali Anderson is there again. Anderson, steady as she's been all day, just chips it out wide. This is Lawrence. She'll go back over the top to Parker. She's covering some territory. They've done a good job here pressing up. Grange, they've really choked them up. They've got no one to go out to. Gizmo's all on her own, so she'll impact it no matter what happens here. Okay. Riley,
the
somehow
cake maker.
Yes, the cake maker did an outstanding job. She puts it out towards Groves Little, but here's Wushner, goes to ground, clever, round the corner, and a smart kick to put it out into space because she's outnumbered, and a boundary line throw-in would be a really good result here, but no, Campbell was good, although smart there. Okay, it's just that constant pressure from the Gorillas.
They do, they keep squeezing up and behind. The next line comes up and works. Interestingly on Campbell and Worcester, Worcester comes up and makes the play, Campbell rolls back. They've played each other very, very differently.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Bit of roulette.
Both had an influence.
Absolutely.
Tapped down there by Wardlaw. Numbers of the Gorillas, Dawes. She's having a red hot crack in there. For a young girl, there's no big pardons from her.
No, not at all. Her work on the inside is actually her biggest gift. She walks through traffic very easily.
Wardlaw gets a tap out to Young. Didn't have no prior opportunity. She was wrapped up by Brooke Randall, and young Ollie Pye will throw the ball back in the air.
Cooper are really going to need something from this, from where they're from half forward here. It'd be nice to get forward and kick one if they're thinking they're going to win.
Yeah, 7.5 minutes gone. We've been going 20 minutes roughly on each quarter. Again, working hard in there is Pittman, but can't get it free.
Got to say, Grange get through these ones. They force it through and they get out the other side and they have numbers.
Considering they haven't dominated the ruck contest, I reckon they've probably dominated the stoppages.
Don't you love the tight games? Everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah,
and the poor old player out in the field's got to make a choice. Very difficult. Poor old Kayla Geddes there, thinking she'd positioned herself well defensively to sweep the game, and they're saying, no, get forward, go and number off on Campbell. So here she goes, she's numbered off.
They need a goal. Bit going on between Anderson and Dawes. And Anderson's giving away a free kick. The non-controlling umpire picked that up. Dawes plays on quickly, goes out wide. Looks like Abbott in a bit of a foot race now. Turns a nice lead, done really well. But Hurst is there again. Oh, great follow-up tackle by Abbott, and the umpire rewards her. Her work rate's been phenomenal. She's got great leg speed over the first 5 or 10. Gives the handball to Gibson. She'll thump it inside 50 as she does with that booming kick of hers. This is Michaela Campbell. We've got a player down. Umpires ran into a player off the ball, and the player doesn't look well. Bit of a collision there as Anderson fights for the ball, and the umpire will come in and throw it up.
That's Tilly Ingram.
Yeah, Tilly Ingram, the umpire collided. Both went down and Tilly's hobbles away. Wardlaw in the ruck. Thanks for Randall. Knocks it down. Here's Lawrence. Quick hands out to Parker. Parker. But there's no one there. And the ball's marked easily by Brooke Randall. It's congested. Hasn't got a lot to go to. Probably just going to kick to a contest. And does that. Bit of a push out there. And the umpire let her get away with that one. It's a bit unlucky there. Randall. Top of the square. Oh, bit of contact, prohibited contact, no free kick. The umpire says play on. He's put the whistle away and he said, I'll let you guys decide it.
Right, there's plenty of energy around us, Barry.
There is plenty of energy. I'm as excited as the players, I think, David. I'm loving this contest. Anderson smothered off the boot by Gazoo. Snaps it around the corner. Oh, the size of the crowd as it goes through for a point. And Grange extend their lead. 5-6-36 to Coorparoo 3-4-22. 10 minutes gone in the final quarter. Parker kicks it in, long towards Wushner. Good contest in the air from both teams. Wushner picks it up, but forced onto her right foot, what she's unaccustomed to, and kicks it out on the football. And her opponent, Campbell, just chips it back inside, but the umpire says, come back behind the mark and we'll do it all again.
Well, it's hard to see where it's going to come from for Coorparoo here because they're defending more than they're attacking in the sense of finding outside space and being able to run. And Grange have certainly got plenty of venom left in them to defend. And the umpires are very involved.
Good work by Gazoo there. She got taken to ground, but she kept persevering away, didn't get the free kick. They've been consistent with that, which is good. Anderson blazes out, unfortunately, finds Alana Perry. She plays on over the top to Paige Parker. Kicks it maybe too wide, yep, right in front of us here, and it'll be a Gorillas free kick. They've pressed up really high here, David, and they just can't break out.
My concern is Lutkins is sizing up the game. She's going to go forward here. She's waiting for a moment and she'll get involved. That's not good for Coorparoo.
Svark kicks it inside. Good contest there. Gazoo been busy this quarter. Ball's just getting knocked around. Can't really knock it out. Playing hard. Both teams just fighting tooth and nail in the contest. And the umpire will come back in and throw it up.
Would you like to be an umpire in this situation?
Not today. They'll sleep well. I'll give you the tip.
Right, it's very tight in there. There's decisions to be made or no decisions to be made. They've done really well.
For two young men, they've done outstandingly well. Wardlaw just takes out the ruck and kicks it. It's a bit of a strange setup. Young's in there with Gazoo battling away. Can't get it out. Knocks it out. Wardlaw just blazes away. Wushner taps it over the top. Forbes is there. Little toe poke. It was quite clever. Looks like she got taken high there. And the ball will go out. Anderson just pushes Campbell over the line.
She was stiff there, Wushner.
She was very stiff. And we've got a restart right in front of our commentary box here at Lation Park in the Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. 12.5 gone in the last. Bit of a push out. She got away with that one too. There's players all around the footy. It's congested as can be. Here's Parker. Can't take it. Lots of fumbling going on. Players get a bit tight. Young. Head over the footy. Got knocked off it. He goes Geddes. Gets her hands out again. No one's there. And here's Lawrence. She's going to need to pick it up and go long with the boot. She's backed herself in. She's done the Kevin Bartlett handball. Didn't get it back. Good work by Dawes. She's clean. She's got a big future, that young lady.
Yeah, sometimes when you think you put the ball in outside space and you've broken the congestion, you actually give it to the opposition and allow them to get around you. There's a little bit of that happen, but Wilson Grange there were very good at getting it back.
Just all over each other out here, and the umpires, he's called for a kick. He said you dived on it, and now he's paid a 50-metre penalty. Big call in the context of the game, particularly as they had it locked in their forward half and couldn't get it out. So really important opportunity here for Coorparoo to go deep inside their forward 50.
Oh, it'd be tough if you're an umpire. Well, he's running backwards. You're trying to control the game and you've got to count to 50. No, I don't think it's that easy.
It's certainly not easy. Play on quickly here with a handball. Gets the kick inside.
Oh, who is it?
But again, Shannon Campbell. What a fantastic game. Her and Lutkins have just been the cornerstone of this team's defence. And they've set him up. Here's Taryn Moat. Up and under kick.
The thing about both of those players is what they do when they have the ball. There's something good happens the next possession. They set it up. They're so good with the ball in their hands.
I think they need a goal in the next minute or two if they're going to be any chance, Coorparoo. It's just dried up for them. They just can't find a way to get it through the hay diddle diddle. Mackenzie, she's been gallant in the ruck all day. Countless tap outs, but they haven't taken advantage of that. Anderson snaps on the left foot. Warlaw worn like a glove there. Again, another snap. Lots of just tiddly kicks that are really going nowhere for Coorparoo inside their 50. A clear and kick outside there by Brooke Randall, and it'll go out of bounds in front of the gate. The groundsman's shed on the far side here at Lation Park.
Fair to say, the little kicks out of congestion for, I say little kicks for Grange, they're 20, 30 metres, for Coorparoo they're 5-10, and it doesn't really clear the congestion.
Pittman to the top of the square. Garvin looked like she had it there for a while, but it went to ground. I thought she was about to get a nice, easy set shot. Snap around the corner. Again, good defensive work there from the Gorillas. They've been outstanding. That's Mocha with a head over the footy. Geddes came in, made a contest of it. Stacks on the mill. And for the 1476th time today, the umpire will throw it up.
They have a real way of getting their numbers back, Grange. It's credit to them. They work so hard in defence.
Yeah, it's been a really disciplined play, and you can see why they only dropped one game this year and finished as the minor premiers.
So, like early in the game, when Coorparoo defended quite well, there was space in there in Grange's forward line, but there's no space in there for it. Well, I say that.
Groves little found space, but again they were quick. They're just there.
Squeeze their space up.
Yeah, they've been outstanding.
Ali Anderson.
Anderson round the corner. Is anyone there? All I can see is red, white, and blue. And Gemma Abbott takes the mark. She'll just slow it down. They don't need to rush now. On the left foot, down the line, in front of the boozer. And a really good mark there by Pittman. She'll need to move quickly. She does. Goes inside, misses the target. And once again, Wilston Grange are there, but Perry trying the party tricks. Probably not the time for that. All over her, but the umpire gives the benefit of the doubt, and for the 1477th time, he'll throw it up.
You know, when you watch it live and you think, geez, is there a free kick there? And then you watch when you watch it back, there's nothing there. The umpire's got it right again. Right? Making those decisions is tough. It's been so busy inside.
Mackenzie knocks it down. Randall's there. Quick handball out by Geddes. Anderson looked like she got taken high. The umpires agreed with us. Just inside the centre square on the attacking end for Coorparoo. She goes out wide, misses the target. Forbes tracking the footy. Fantastic tackle by Wilston Grange. Again, it's a pack-like mentality there, defensive unit. And again, they get rewarded. It's been outstanding. Full credit to the coaching staff in the way in which they've got their defensive group playing today.
You know, it's funny, in September, tackling practice is something you remove from training, yet it's the thing that comes to the fore and wins games of footy.
They've been first class in that respect. Play on, the umpire didn't pay that. That was Anderson, had a couple of grabs at it. Just another kick down the line. Out on the full, actually. Boundary umpire was all over that in fantastic position. And it'll be a free kick on centre wing. Coorparoo. They need to get a move on. 17 minutes 45 gone here in the last. Kicks it in towards Wardlaw. Again, she couldn't take the mark. Boys on the hill wanted a free kick. Wasn't there. Ball's just zipping around, but not going to anyone in particular. Good tackle. Held on a long time in the tackle. Hurst. Great tackle. Umpire lets it go. At least they're being consistent. Here's Pittman. She gets a handball out. Players everywhere just scrambling for the footy, and no one can clear it. And the umpire will take control of it once again.
That's that old outside space one. You do the work, put it in the outside space, and the opposition, and all it does is give them a look at the game.
I reckon they've nearly done enough. 18 and a half gone, last quarter. It's not going to be a long quarter. They just repelled every attack that they've thrown at them, and they've been resolute, their defensive unit.
The old defence is an attitude, they say. Well, their attitude has been outstanding. the way they've gone about it.
Not one player back of centre for either team. Unbelievable. So the ball gets thrown in. Mackenzie knocks it over the back. That was Young coming through. Read it nicely but didn't pick it up. Kick down the line. But it's all Coorparoo. They've got the numbers back behind the footy. This is Riley. Kicks it out. He goes blue. She's got more toe than a Roman sandal. Nice kick inside. And that'll be a downfield free kick. They really need to make the most of this. 19 minutes gone in the last quarter. And it's the Gorillas with a 14-point lead. Groves Little coming off 4 goals last week. Too far out to score, you'd think. Backs herself in, plays on, gives it to Pittman. Pittman around the corner. But she's offline and just a minor score. And with that, David, I think they may have said goodbye to their chances.
Yeah, it's just funny there, Lutkins wasn't going to give the ball to Govan, a renowned goal kicker. She made it go to Groves Little. It was quite funny. She controlled the play.
Intelligent play, and that's why I'm glad she's driving the tanks and serving our country. We're in good hands.
We are, mate. She's a ripper.
Long kick out here by Campbell. Goes out to the defensive side. A lot of hands around. No one marked that one. Umpire rightly called play on. Quick hand out the back. Bit of a foot race. Mackenzie's there. Yeah, good work there by the Wilston Grange player. That was Jordan Memory, but it was cut off by Gibson. She just makes a little chip. Pittman plays on. Great smother. That was Stanton. And it's a foot race. It's Sophie Wheeler. What can she do? She hasn't got much ahead of her. Turns back inside. Just blazes away. Left, right, left. But it's cleaned up by Parker. Doesn't make the distance. She switches out to the far side. They need to do that now.
Forbes.
And it's Forbes. Has a bounce, touches it on the ground, goes over the top. No, she goes long toward in the Lutkins direction. Fantastic mark by Jessie Wardlaw there. She boots it down the line. But again,
Campbell.
Wilston Grange, Campbell, quick hands over to Randall. And they're everywhere. Campbell again. What a fantastic performance by her. Any other day of the week, she'd be best on ground.
Yeah, the only thing stopping her skate, Lutkins.
Couldn't agree more. Parker, she's been really serviceable down back. Guess who? Campbell again. Gives the handball. Yorkston chips it. Nice, delicate, taking their time. And this looks like Svark. She said, I'll use my full 30 seconds. And the umpire says, you're too far out for 30, play on. Anderson competes. Yorkston just chucks it on the boot. And that's out on the full. Just under 22 minutes here. And it's Wilston Grange, 5-6, 36 lead, Coorparoo, 3-5, 23. And I think the silver trophy might be going to the north side of Brisbane.
I think, interestingly, if we break it down into pieces, when Parker got the hit in the mouth and was bleeding and she left the field for a period, is when Grange got the majority of their score. And as you've called her the superhero all day, she had been quite important to their defence, their run and carry, springboard. And I think that might have been a period in the game when it slipped away.
Both teams probably just going through the motions. Can't be much time to go. Deep in the last quarter here at Yeronga. And Wilston Grange, a really solid performance today. Coorparoo, they've battled. They just haven't been able to convert their opportunities, particularly early in the game. There's Hurst, who's battled fantastically. Chucks it on the left boot and goes down the line out there. Bathed in sunshine. The ball now. Wilston Grange, this is Randall, kicks it down. Oh, a big fly there.
Randall, untidy.
Ali Anderson, I reckon she's at it 40. She chips it back inside to Pittman, who's played really well too.
Actually, Pittman's certainly willed herself to get involved in the game and bring something.
Switches it towards Wushnar. What's she going to do now? Long way home from there, she goes out wide. Search and lead up onto the ball by Edmonds. Back inside to Wushner. She just kicks it down towards Mackenzie. Great spoil in there. That was Kelly. Did a really good job. Hurst again. Just knocked over the line. Throws it in. And the umpire says, that's how I saw it.
I loved her ingenuity.
Yeah. I think she was a bit tired. Sally Young comes back on the ground for Coorparoo. Can't be long to go. Wushner cramping up in front of us. Just taking the time here, Abbott. Umpire's not moving her on. He is now on the left foot. Thumps at 35 in the Wushner direction. Probably not who she was aiming for. Ball's cleared up. Going, that was Ellinger. Wheeler. Oh, Michaela Campbell. She's out in space. She sockers it off the ground. And it's a foot race. Paige Parker gets in front of her. And she'll clean it up. Outstanding effort. But she's got no one to go to. What's the umpire going to do here? He's going to allow it to be ran across the line, and that's a point. Parker quickly plays on, kicks it out the other side. That's Blue. She thumps it back into the middle of the ground. Campbell's there again. What an outstanding exhibition of defensive footy. And there it is! The 2018 Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. Our premiers, the Wilston Grange Gorillas, 5-7-37 over Coorparoo, 3-5-23. What a cracking game of footy, David.
It was really good right till the end. I had to laugh there. Lutkins attacked that last contest to try and slow it up and left her mate Campbell behind her, who consequently got the footy. I'm not sure who sees it better, Lutkins or Campbell, mate. They are two quality players, but certainly made a great game from the Gorillas, and their energy came from everywhere in the end, so they were really good. And poor old Coorparoo just didn't quite have enough finesse to get to the other end.
I reckon they had their opportunities, Coorparoo. They got the footy in their forward 50 plenty of times. They just couldn't convert, and they couldn't get any structure, and if it wasn't going to Wushner, it probably wasn't really going to anybody.
Yeah, exactly right. They did so much work early for no prize, for it all to go back the other way. Then you get like the Sally Youngs, the Ali Andersons, like they had Pittman, Groves Little came in the game. Parker was really good, so they had lots of mate McKenzie. I mean, that's a great effort to ruck like that all day. That's a phenomenal effort. Then you go back the other way, and like Little Bell Dawes did a good job in that second half, trying to slow down Ali Anderson, and then you put your Campbells and Lutkins. But they were outstanding.
What a fantastic game of footy. Awesome day here at Lation Park. 2,126 people have witnessed 4 quality games of footy, culminating in our Bond University QWAFL Grand Final. This is Barry Gibson signing off with David Lake as we announce our winners. The Wilston Grange Gorillas, 5-7-37 over the Coorparoo Kings, 3-5-23.
Thanks, Baz.